What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about the best credit cards to have in your wallet for quarter 2 of 2022. Now, this isn't going to be an all-encompassing list. Some people are probably going to have needs that aren't met by this list, and there are also going to be some people that will see credit cards in this list that they don't think will really be helpful for them. This is kind of just like a basic guideline of maybe a place where you could start to look, and you could kind of expand or contract the list based on what you see yourself spending and what would be useful for you. Now, just to begin, there is this category of credit cards that you kind of can't avoid having in your wallet. That being the catch-all cards. This is the card you're just going to use when there's nothing really better. For a lot of people, this ends up being the Citi Double Cash card. This is a 2% cash back card that you can pretty much use when you don't have a credit card that's going to be getting you more than 2%. This should really be like the floor of what you're getting. This card just gives you pure cash back, which is really good. From American Express, there's something like the Cash Magnet card. This gets you unlimited 1.5% cash back on all purchases, this being the floor, the absolute minimum that you're going to be earning on your purchases. Same thing with Chase. We have the Freedom Unlimited here. This is again a 1.5% cashback card. It can also be converted to Chase Ultimate Reward Points. It also has a bunch of other features, kind of like some of the other cards. And this is really just the floor card. If we don't have a credit card that's going to get us better value, then we would use this card. On top of this list, there's kind of this other category of cards that's really difficult to capture with any other credit cards. That being this kind of premium travel, dining out, credit card. For Chase people, that will usually be something like the Sapphire Preferred or the Sapphire Reserve. This is kind of the credit card that's going to be a little more premium. You can use it for travel. It's going to get you no foreign transaction fees. For the American Express crowd, this is going to be something like the American Express Gold or the Platinum card. It's going to be kind of this credit card that works in this really small category, but it's really helpful and it gives you a lot of perks to go along with it, and it can't really be beaten by any lower tier credit cards. And this is usually a credit card that you'll have to kind of pay up for, starting with a $250 annual fee on the Gold or a $95 fee on the Sapphire Preferred. And the place where this actually starts to get really interesting is these more unique credit cards that we're going to be talking about. The first being the Discover It Cashback card. Now, this credit card is a 5% cashback credit card, but it kind of works in a really interesting way. There is a rotating calendar of categories that you will get each quarter of the year. On specific categories, you will be able to get 5% back for that quarter. Now, just to give you an example, currently it is May of 2022, so we will be getting 5% back at gas stations and Target. This is up to just $1,500 in purchases per quarter, which if you break it down evenly is about $500 per month. This is really helpful if you're going to be spending in these categories. 5% is kind of what we're going to see as the top level of what you can really get from a credit card in terms of rewards. This is really what you should be aiming for generally. If you can get 5% cash back, that's usually a safe bet. That's really the best you're going to be able to get in most cases. Now, similar to this, Chase offers the Freedom Flex card, which is very similar to the Discover It card with the 5% rotating categories. This card also has 5% rotating categories, has a few other benefits, pretty much the same as the Chase Freedom Unlimited, but we're really focusing on these 5% back quarterly categories. This works in the same way with the same $1,500 quarterly limit. Right now, April to June, we're going to be looking at Amazon and select streaming services. So this is, again, 5% back for that quarter in a different category, usually than what the Discover card is going to be offering. For example, as I said, Amazon and streaming services. With the Discover card, we're going to be getting 5% back at gas stations and Target. So there's a lot of ability to make use of these different categories with your different credit cards. And then, of course, things that don't fit in these categories, you are going to be using that kind of catch-all credit card for, either the Freedom Unlimited, Cash Magnet, Double Cash, something like that, where you're getting at least 1.5 or 2% cash back on all your purchases. And there is another credit card through Citi that I think fits in really well with this setup, that being the Citi Custom Cash card. Now, this card is really interesting because on first value, you can say, oh, 5% cash back. It works in a different way than the Discover and the Chase Freedom Flex card. It automatically gives you that 5% cash back in your highest spending category each billing cycle. So it doesn't really outline it before you start. It kind of ends up being whatever you spend the most in, and then everything else you'll get 1% back in, which is a really, really good benefit if you use it properly. If you kind of just use it for everything, maybe you end up getting 5% on $200 of your spending, but maybe you did another $1,200 of spending and you're only going to get 1% back on that. That kind of evens out and it doesn't really give you that great advantage. A really good way to use this card successfully would be in conjunction with something like the Freedom Flex and the Discover It Cashback card. So April to June, we're going to be getting 5% back at gas stations and Target. With the Chase card, we're going to be getting Amazon and streaming services. This might be a great quarter to use the Citi Custom Cash card, for example, at restaurants or grocery stores to really separate that category so you're getting the best possible cash back for each category. And then we would use this card just for one category. So this card would be used only for grocery stores. As an example, then maybe we would use the Freedom Flex for just Amazon and streaming, Discover It, gas stations and Target. Then we have our other credit cards that kind of fit in differently, the Amex or your Chase travel card, and then of course your catch-all card that kind of encapsulates everything else that doesn't fit into these categories. And this is what I think the best setup in quarter 2 of 2022 is to have in your wallet, and just in general. This sort of setup gives you a lot of flexibility with how you can use your points or cash back, how you can earn them. You're always going to have the opportunity to hopefully get pretty good value from your spending, as well as making use of that spending in a really positive way, whether it be in terms of points and travel or in terms of cash back. I also want to hear what you guys have in your wallet for quarter 2 of 2022. Of course, let me know in the comment section down below, and I will see you guys in the next video.